to this computer. So hi everyone, it's good to have you here. I have titled this session Statement of Purpose Workshop, of course, with your very own girl, Abisola Akinshiku. And some people say, who are you? I'm a PhD student, and I usually call myself PhD mom. I'm a mom of two, and I am so driven. Like, the reason why I do what I do is because I always think that, assuming I got information, the information that I'm giving out now, assuming I got this information sometimes in 2014 or even 2013 or even 2012, by now I would have made more progress in my career. Since this is what I love doing, I love the academia, and I've always wanted to be a professor, and that is why I call myself Billionaire Prof on Instagram. I am neither a billionaire yet, neither am I yet a professor. But of course, you call the things that be not as though they are, right? You declare your future even before you get there. Yeah. So my driving point for this is I believe that information can change people's lives. Information can help people to leverage, and having the essential and helpful information will help you to shorten your journey. You don't have to merry-go-round, right? And be like the children of Israel, right? Right? Just going round and round a particular location. That is why I am so passionate about providing information to people. And if you ever want to thank me, just say, God bless me. Just say, God bless me. And all the other good stuff that you want to tell me, I really appreciate it. After this session, I'm going to have a post up on Facebook. All the comments that you want to give to me, just feel free to come and put it on my Facebook page so that the world will know that we're doing good stuff here. And yeah, I would really appreciate that. All right, let's move to the real thing. Okay, so today I'm starting with this very fascinating quote by Jita Raghivendra Rao. I hope that I did pronounce the name properly. And this person says, grad school admissions officers require the statement of purpose, not just because they want to find out about you and your dreams. More importantly, they want you to think for yourself as to why you are taking such a life-changing step. Why you think this is the best thing that can happen to you, and why you think you truly need it to succeed in life. Now, let me break that down. In your admission package, there are so many things in your admission package when you submit your application. Your resume is there, your LOR is there, that's your letter of recommendation, your transcript is there, which speaks to your academic performance, right? Now, why are they asking you to provide SOP? One thing that I need you to see is that every element, everything that you put in your application package, everything has their unique function. Oh God, now help me. Like, everything that is included, every element of your application has its significance. There is something it's doing there. It is not just for makeup. No. So your transcript speaks to your academic performance, your LOR speaks to your relationships and your ability to be recommended. It speaks to your good character and your ability to be mentored. Do you get? Now, so what is SOP doing there? You see, the mistake that most people make with SOP is that they think SOP is your opportunity to tell your academic trajectory. Your transcript already shows that, okay? Your LOR speaks to your ability to be mentored and that people can recommend you. But your SOP, your resume also states in detail your experiences. That's your resume or / your CV. But your SOP is unique because it is what speaks to your why. Now, I'm going to sit down on this issue of why so that you can understand it very well. Why graduate school? Why? Can you tell us your reason? What drives you? Why is graduate school important to you? Why is it important to you achieving your career goals, your academic goals, or even your life goals? Do you get it? Yeah. So SOP is supposed to be an introspective endeavor. It is supposed to be something you write thinking deeply, not just some superficial, fluffy stuff. No, 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 no. And one other thing you do when you do SOP is your time to tell your story. It's your time to be personable. It is your time to put face to your application. It is your time to say something to the admission committee, even though you are not there in person. It is your time to fill up the gaps in every other material that you have submitted for the application. SOP is your time to speak to the admission committee. Do you understand it now? Yeah. So once you get that logistics, you are ready to go. So don't mix it up. Your SOP is different from your resume. It is doing a unique work. It is your chance to flaunt yourself, to show yourself, to speak to your application, to show the admission committee that you are human, that you are personable, and you have the capacity for graduate school. It is your chance to show the admission committee that this graduate school matters to my life goal. It matters to my academic goal. It matters to my professional goal. Yeah, that is it. Now let's move away from that. Today, I have 10 acts for you that would help you. 10 acts. Now take a look at what I got for you. 10 solid acts that would help you. 10 solid acts that would help you. Cool. Now, let's move to the first one. Shift your mindset. When writing your SOP, have a shifted mindset. In my own instance, one of the challenges I had when I was writing my SOP is, there is this ability. Somebody is laughing. Can you put an emoji in the chat box if I'm making sense? If you are still there, if I'm carrying you along, right? Yeah, I am not calling it humility because it's actually not humility, because it is humility, right? Where you just want to be like, let's be calming down. Let's just calm down. Let's just not show ourselves too much. But what are you doing in your resume? What are you doing in your resume? You are already telling us the things that you have done. You are showing us your experience, right? And your experience is so to say. So the first thing with writing an excellent, competitive SOP is you need to first change your mindset. Look at me. You are actually selling yourself to the admissions committee. You are selling yourself to the admissions committee. Now, think of yourself as a product, as a brand, and think of your SOP as your way of branding yourself into what the customer wants. This time, your customer is graduate school, and you are the product. Make yourself what graduate school wants. Now, I did not just say lie, because you don't actually have to lie. Do you know what I've observed with people? Some of us, we have so many experiences that we don't count as experience. So many voluntary endeavors that we do not count as anything. That is why when you're writing your resume, you have to calm down, you have to sit down, you have to be introspective and see all the good works that you've done. Right? Many of it you don't even count as valuable. And many of those things that you don't think are valuable are very valuable. Somebody is saying, I just taught in one primary school during holidays. It is valuable. You better put it there. It's part of what you're supposed to put there. It will increase your chances. Somebody says, I have a blog. but I don't think that blog is part of what I should put in my resume. If it's an academic blog, if it's a valuable blog, why don't you want to put it there? Right? I did put my own blog, the link to my blog on my resume, right? Yeah. And I did mention all the conferences that I've presented at. Now, how did I do this in my own resume? I mentioned in my resume that in 2007, I presented a paper. I was a conference presenter in Europe, right? And I traveled all the way from Nigeria to Europe to present my paper. And I was a conference paper. And I provided the link to my abstract for that conference. Yeah. That is you not forming umbility. This is you packaging yourself well and giving yourself to the admissions committee. It is time. SOP is your chance to professionally blow your trumpet, but don't go overboard, right? Be professional about it, okay? And see yourself in a positive light. Because see, if you do not see yourself in a positive light, why do you expect the people on the admissions committee to see you in a positive light? Yeah. Let's move to the second arc. Be strategic about your sentence crafting and paragraph logistics. I love my use of that combination of word, paragraph logistics, right? See, your SOP is not, you see, the fact that you are selling yourself through SOP, what does that mean at large? They are actually looking at your SOP as a sample of the kind of things of scholarship that you produce. Don't forget that part of your application package is also your sample essay. And for that sample essay, you must do a great job, right? You must ensure that your sample essay comes out top notch, even if it is not yet published, okay? Now, also think of your SOP as your chance to flaunt your writing skill, right? How do you craft your sentences? And you see, when I talk about crafting sentences and the strategy of crafting your sentences, you have to be looking at every word. You are not expecting any word to be hanging with some hanging modifiers missing, because your SOP is a window into your writing skill. Every sentence must matter. Every fluff must go away. And there is something I say about fluff though. You have to do multiple levels of drafting. First drafting, you slap all your ideas to the paper. That is what you do in first drafting. And after you've put all your ideas on paper, you are not even thinking about what count. Then you now begin an artistic work of chiseling out things. You know, when people carve stuff with wood, you do the general big carving, the big thing. And then you now sit down to do some finesse. You will need a lot of that as you craft your SOP. You will sit down to do finance. In my own instance, I cannot count how many times I reread my SOP. Like, it's one of the documents that I've written in my life that I read too much. Too much. Like, you would wake up when you write something and you put it aside, you wake up the next day, you read it again, you will have fresh ideas of how to improve it. That is what I advise when you are writing your SOP. So SOP is not something you just write today, you dump tomorrow. You want to take your time with building it because you want to increase your chances of being accepted. And this will take me to my own personal story. I just love sharing personal story, not to harass anybody. No. It is to inspire you. You see, I've seen people, and don't be offended by what I'm about to say at all. It is just a very humble example, okay? I am very humble about this. See, I know that people apply to many schools. Some people will tell you, I applied to 25 schools. I applied to 15 schools. I applied to 10 schools. In my own case, I applied only to one school. Just one school. I applied only to one school. Even for my master's, I applied only to one school. I don't know that there are downtones to that somebody would just say, if you apply to only one school, you have limited your options. That is true. But some people don't think that way. Some people be like, see, I'm not here to stress myself. I just want, and some people have very limited threshold for failure. Like, I just want to do this one application and I'm off to graduate school, because at the end, even if you get 25 admissions, you will still only pick one. Do you understand? That is why I am an advocate of excellent admission application. I did not say don't apply to many schools, but you can reduce your stress by doing an excellent job for any amount of application you want to do. If you want to do 3 applications, do it well. Don't just copy and paste SOP for Chevening University, for Isidore University, for Akmakin University, and it is the same SOP that you're just slapping all around. All right, let me get back to the real gist. So the number of words is already limited. In fact, they would give you specific guidelines to follow. And I advise that if there is any instruction that is given by the graduate department, the graduate school, or the department that you are applying to about how they want your SOP to look like, make sure you follow that instruction. Yeah, because it will be very, very important. In some cases, they will tell you, we're expecting you to touch on this, to touch on that, to touch on that. That is their grading criteria. And they expect you to touch on all of that. Is that okay? Now, thank you. Good. All right, I'm going to continue. Could you give me a minute? I think I need to switch on my air conditioner. I'm out. Cool. I beg your pardon for a minute. Let me just switch on my fan. Thank you for understanding. I'm back. All right. So, when you also think about the limited number of words that you can actually write, right? Then you have to think about, how might I go straight to the point and cut off my fluff? And I've said that before. You do that when you have done your first drafting. So cutting out fluff and going straight to the point. Don't start doing that when you are writing your first draft. If not, you will spend forever there trying to draft. First draft, pull out all your ideas. After that, then you begin to do your cut down of fluff. So the main thing is that in terms of strategy of writing and logistics, go straight to the point and be clear, right? If you are there with me, can you put some emoji in the chat box? Am I making sense? All right, now, let's move to Act 3. This one is very, very important. Have a compelling, attention-grabbing introduction. Very important. Why is this important? You see, graduate school admissions committee, they have a lot of applications to deal with, a lot of applications to deal with. The way to stand yourself out is to start in a compelling way. And the truth about starting in a compelling way is start with a personal story. And you see, I must put caveat when I say start with some kind of story. You want to tell a valuable story. Do you understand? And I also say about this story, what story can you initiate in a 6-sentence paragraph at most? What compelling introduction can you give? In what way can you write an introductory paragraph that will get those people reading it to read it to the very end? Do you understand? How might you keep the reader spellbound? How might you tell a compelling story through your SOP? And although you are telling a story, how might you be professional even about that story, yet personable? Those are things that you would want to think about, right? When you write a compelling introduction. Are you still there with me? Can you hear me? Can somebody unmute and give me some encouragement?
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Thank you.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to continue now.
I hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go on.
Good. Now I'm going to go on. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Now let's move to Act 4. I can't believe I'm sweating. All right. The next thing is, in your SOP, how might you touch on your professional productivity strategically? Kindly unmute. Kindly unmute. Don't forget to unmute. Good. How might you touch on your professional productivity strategically? I am saying this actually with a lot of caveat. Because you see, when we talk about professional productivity, some people will mix it up with telling us your experience or your experiences, your professional experiences. No. Can you select one or two special productive moment of your career, of your academics? Do you understand? That you can touch on. And you see, some of these things that I have mentioned here, you will only need to touch on them in 1 or 2 sentences where you go straight to the point. And you see, when you talk about your professional productivity in a very strategic manner, it is also a chance for you to show us why graduate school is important to help you achieve more professional productivity. Now, when you also show your professional productivity, it is also your chance to show that you are well-driven and that you are absolutely inspired to do the graduate school work. Now, the thing with graduate school is that, especially in the US, or even in Canada, or even in the UK, or even in Nigeria, graduate school is not a joke, right? It's a lot of work. And the admissions committee wants to see that you have the grit, G-R-I-T, that you have the capacity to persevere, and that you will not drop out. Those are things that they want to see you infer or speak to in your SOP. All right, I move on to the next arc. That's Act 5. Another thing that you want to touch on is to say, why is the program you are applying to important to your professional life? Why have you chosen that program? And why have you chosen that particular university? 3 things in one. Why is the program important to you? Why did you choose that particular program, that course? Why did you choose that particular university? When you are answering these questions, this particular kind of question, one thing you want to ask yourself is, and for you to be able to answer this one, you need to do your research. What is it about the department that you are applying to that is special? In not just special, hey, I just love your university because it's one of the biggest on planet Earth. No. That's sounding good, but it's not yet the very best. Who are the people in the department? Maybe like faculty. This one will help you. Don't even forget this one. Have you done your research? Who in the department do you think can mentor you? How can you prove that point? Let me give you an instance of my own example, for instance. I did go check the department, checked the university ranking, then checked for professors in the department that I would love to work with. If you forget every other thing, don't forget this point. Okay? And you can actually start establishing relationships with these professors that you have mentioned by sending a polite email that, oh, I'm planning to apply to your department and I have read your works. For you to be able to start a conversation with a professor, you must have gone to see the kind of work they do. And you must have a way to link what they do to what you want to do. Do you understand? And then you speak about that. That must also show in 1 or 2 sentences in your SOP. So in my own case, I did mention 2 professors that are working in my field, African Studies, African Literary Studies, and that I would love to work with. Now, you don't have to panic. It doesn't exactly mean that when you finally get to the department that you will eventually work with those people. You may eventually work with other people, but at least that will solidify your SOP, that you really know what you are doing. Another thing that you do when you succinctly do this is that if you are able to articulate why this particular graduate program is essential to your life goals, if you are able to articulate it, if you are able to articulate your why, the long-term implication of that is that you are signaling to the committee that you have a compelling motivation to complete your degree. So this is not just about, my daddy said go to graduate school and I'm going to graduate school. It's beyond that. It is now, I need this graduate school to be able to achieve this personal goal, to achieve this academic goal, to achieve this professional goal. It means that you are seeing the end. You are seeing the value of graduate school ahead of graduate school. So in a way, you are signaling to the committee that you are well-driven, you are highly focused, and you have your own personal gain. You have personal gain from doing this. I hope you get that gist. I hope I'm not speaking gibberish. I'll move to Act 6. We have 4 more to go after this. Another thing you want to demonstrate in your SOP is self-motivation and grit. How might you show that you are driven and that you can conduct research with little or no supervision? How might you speak to your ability to persevere? Those are things that you want to touch on. And how do you speak to this? You have to give example. Like, okay, I did this program in this university and I came out good. You know, you can find a way to entrench these into your SOP. Act 7. Another thing you want to show is your demonstration of the fact that you are able to complete the program in flying colors. How might you speak to that, right? You can speak to that by being positive and like, oh, I'm so excited, I'm doing this because of this and that. My hope is that I will do this, I will achieve that, I will achieve that. And how did I do that in my own SOP? At the end of my SOP, I wrote my My dream is that one day I will be a professor teaching African literary studies to students and producing groundbreaking research in the field. Yeah, that is your end product. That is the fact that you are showing that you will finish up in flying colors and then you will do your dream. Yeah, of course, that's not the only dream you have. You're going to do all that great stuff. Yeah. Okay, now let's move to Act 8. You see this one? I need you to look at it closely. Yeah, closely. This one is important, especially if you are applying to a department that gives automatic funding, okay? Because although they give automatic funding, they are also aware that some students don't need their funding. So they would want you to let them know that you actually want funding. And I would even advise that even if your department is not giving automatic funding, and that you have to apply for GTA and GRA and GA separately. If you don't know what I'm saying about GTA, GRA, GA, go to YouTube, check my last webinar recording. You will be able to understand very well. That is my own way of explaining how to get full funding to people. This one, I sit on it big time, right? So even if your department is not offering automatic funding, even if you have to apply for GTA, GRA, GA separately, it is good for you to mention that you are willing to teach, that you are willing to be a researcher, right? As a graduate research assistant. You can touch on it in just one sentence. It doesn't have to fill a whole paragraph. No, 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 no. In my own case, it was part of the requirement that you mention if you like to teach, so that in case you don't like to teach, they know, or you don't want their funding, they would know that, okay, you don't need our funding. So why you are doing this is so that they can know that you have something to offer. What do you have to offer the university in place of full funding? Yeah, that is that. Let's move to Act 9. Whoa, this one, read your SOP run it through multiple reviews and send it out for feedbacks. If I remember properly, I sent my SOP to my professor, and I remember him even sending me samples to work with, right? So don't make SOP something you are doing in one corner. Allow people to help you. You can even send it out to your friends. Maybe they see one comma somewhere that is not working fine, right? Yeah. Make sure you do multiple reviews. Give it out to people to read for you and let them give you feedbacks. Of course, it is not every feedback that you get that you will use, because some people can give you really bad feedback, like feedback that will even get you into trouble. So be strategic about who you give your SOP to for review and for feedbacks. You want to give it to professionals, right? Yeah. If you want me to read your SOP, maybe I can do that, but it's not free. It's not free. But of course, you can give it out to people to just read for you. Yeah. All right. Act 10. If you forget every other thing that I have taught today, don't forget this. If you remember this one, it will remind you of every other thing. When you think about SOP, think about this. Why graduate school? If you can articulate an introspective answer to this question, then you are on your way to writing an excellent SOP. Wow. That's the end of my slide. So when you come back, I will run you through this checklist and then we get to the very end. So let me stop sharing. I'm going to put you in groups. I have questions for you. Just give me a minute to put the question in the chat box. Everybody, go to the chat box now and take a look at these questions that I've provided for you to work with. No? Right. I have 5 questions there for you. Read through those questions quickly. Yeah. As I will be putting you in different rooms. So when you get to your rooms, these are the things you will do. I need you to think about these questions, and I want you to discuss, talk in your rooms. One thing that I've discovered about talking is that, you see, when you talk, your brain, you begin to articulate things well. It happens to me a lot. I just talk to people about stuff I want to do, and then my brain starts to work on it. It works a lot. So try to answer those 5 questions to each other. You will be 2 in each group if I'm correct, right? Once you've answered those questions, then create an outline for your SOP. Say, okay, I'm writing 10 paragraphs, 2 pages. This is what I'm going to discuss in paragraph 1. This is what I'll do in paragraph 2. This is what I'll do in paragraph 3. Have some kind of outlines, right? If you can start drafting, draft. By drafting, I mean, try to see if you can write your first paragraph. If you have already written your draft, after having that conversation, then think of ways that you can begin to fine-tune your draft based on all the things that I've taught you today, okay? Do you understand? Good, good, good. Let me know if you got my message. Okay, okay. I'm sorry, I sent it to Remy, everyone in the meeting. Okay. I sent my questions to only 1 participant. Take a look at those questions. Do you have them now? Give me a yes in the chat box if you have it. Yeah. Good, 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 good. Awesome. Now you will get into breakout rooms. I'm going to put you in those breakout rooms. Okay, breakout rooms. How many breakout rooms do we want? Okay, we are 23 on this call, meaning 22. We need 11 breakout rooms. Okay, now. So join your breakout rooms. Join your breakout rooms. I've sent you an invitation to join a breakout room now. So join your rooms and use the question that I provided in the chat box as your conversation point. Good, good, good. I can see so many of you are joining the breakout rooms already. I'm still expecting some of you to join. Abimbola Ogumaki, go ahead and join. Femi Afolabi, go ahead and join. Temini Clement, go ahead and join your room. Yeah, Kwame Owusu, thank you for joining room 7. Ezimano, oh yeah, join room 7. Join your room, join your room. Somebody is waiting for you. Abubakar, go ahead and join room 8. Okay. Bukola, I can see that you are the only one in your room. So I'm going to add you to another room. Okay. You don't have somebody to join you in your room.
Hi, Femi Afolabi. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, great. Good evening. Now, for me, I don't seem to have the questions anymore. Let me just check if I can still get them in the chat. Oh, no. Mm.
Darussalam, mi gbọ́ nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń sọ, you are muted.
Okay, how are you doing? Is there someone in your room?
No, èmi nìkan mo wà ńbẹ̀.
I'll put you in another room. Hi, Esther and Kavita. How are you doing?
Oh, very well. Thank you very much. Trying
Did
to
you
get
work with those
the
questions?
questions
You are trying to get
so
the
we can start.
Hmm.
Yes, yes, ma.
Can I send you something in the chat box? I don't know if you are able to see this. Okay. Let me see your name, Esther. I'm sending you the questions directly. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. And Kavita, I'm sending you the questions directly.
Yes,
Are
I've
you
seen
able
the
to locate
question.
them now? Good, good, good. Now, I'll move to another breakout room.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes, ma. Thank you.
Thank you,
You're
ma'am.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you, ma.
okay,
Wow.
let me just also share this Nigerian mindset that okay, I can't just continue with this system. So let me see how I can aspire to get further. So luckily now I've now found my niche in public health. So let me see how I can discover my love for them. So I'm seeing public health as a means to do that all over again and see how I can give back to the communities where I've worked, because seriously, it's a disaster. It's a real disaster.
Okay.
So now, if you were to
We
look at
have
university,
Madam Bisola here. I think she should
okay,
help us because we couldn't okay, the questions are back here. The questions are in
so I
our
can see the
chat
question.
now.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've
thank
sent the
you, Bisola.
questions to you privately, so check
Yes,
that out.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you are
Let me just-
doing great, guys. I really love the fact
Thank
that you're having conversations
Yes.
in your group. So keep it up, keep it up, keep it up.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very
boss.
much.
Paragraph. Do you get it?
Okay,
So like
so
maybe
why
a
graduate
discussion to
school?
be
So why
able to
graduate school? Yeah.
why graduate school for me? For me in particular, I just want to advance my career. So you see, I have a background in economics and finance already.
Good job,
Economics.
guys. I just want to encourage
Okay.
you. Well done.
Thank you too.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any challenges, Salvation?
Uh-oh.
Peter, I'm so excited to see you, Salvation, today.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
Hello.
Abubakar
Hello,
Ibrahim, do you need
Abisola.
any help?
no,
We are
it's
just
okay. We are
discussing.
on
Okay,
We are
do you
just
have the
discussing the
questions?
questions. Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
good, good, good.
We
Keep it
copied
going. I
from the
just came
group.
to check on you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I hope you had a productive experience in your rooms. I'm still expecting more people to come out of their rooms back to the general page. Yeah. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Deborah, Kemini, thank you for coming back. Omowumi, Sunday, Timileyin, Shewa, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. All right, who am I still expecting? All right. Good. So let me share with you this quick checklist. All right. Number one, now that you have discussed those questions, I entered into a good number of your rooms, all of the rooms, and I discovered that a good number of people in the rooms were really having excellent conversations and talking, and I hope that has really helped you to see what other people are thinking and to see what you are thinking and to see what you can steal. I'm using the word steal or call from other people, right? So if you're thinking about a quick checklist, this is the checklist that I provide. Catchy introduction. First of all, introduction. 2, demonstrate your passion for the field. 3, how might you demonstrate that you are intelligent and that you can withstand the academic workload of a graduate program and graduate with good grade? How might you tell a compelling story, right, that you can link to your professional and career and academic life? How might you show a bit important portions of your professional accomplishments, right? In my case, it would look like, assuming you have published a paper, that is a major professional accomplishment, and you want to mention that briefly in one sentence. The next one, the next checklist. What is helpful about the graduate program and the university you are applying to, right? Are there faculties, facilities, infrastructure in the schools that you think would help you? For example, some schools have some special libraries and museums that can help you in your field. Some schools are the best in engineering. You want to mention all of that in a very professional way. If it is a professor that is the reason why you are going there, 1 or 2 professors, mention names. It's okay to mention names. If you want full funding, let them know that you are willing to transact your teaching abilities and GRA for funding. And the last one, proofread, proofread, proofread. Yeah, that is all for now. Okay, now, do you want to tell me, do you want to provide me with some of your drafts? Is there somebody who wants to share a portion of their draft with me and let us all look at it together? Do you want to share your first paragraph with me or middle paragraph, whatever? This is your time, and we have just about 10 minutes to get that done. Come on. Come on. All right, I don't want to call names. Oh,
Hello.
okay, yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Okay, I said I actually have one. Like there was one I drafted
Yeah.
like at one point in time. Okay, what do I do? Can I read
You
it out
can read
or
it. You can read a portion of it. Yes.
a portion? Okay. Like the first paragraph, I just said from my teenage years, I had always admired speakers of English
Hmm.
and news presenters who demonstrated impeccable communication skills.
That's good.
And as I grew older, I realized I had developed an interest in being an adept communicator. As such, I decided to take up English for my undergraduate studies so that my dream can be uh, actualized. I did my schooling at Babcock University and gradually became introduced to different aspects of communication. At my undergraduate level, I took some courses, namely, mentioned some of those courses like communication in English, public address, creative writing, English composition. And these courses sensitized me to the importance of effective communication. I learned that communication is an essential part and it can lead to positive outcomes when employed appropriately. Effective communication, from my findings, is equally important in all walks of life as it helps to build trust between people so they know they have been heard and understood. That's the first paragraph. So I just went on and on and on and on. And later on, I wrote some things about like the fact that I've had some I've majored in literary studies at my undergraduate and postgraduate levels. So I would like to divert in a way. I would like to concentrate on rhetorics, like composition and rhetorics. And I stated why I'm interested in rhetorics. Before I even got to that, I introduced my dissertation. I spoke about my master degree dissertation. I said what I focused on. I focused on migration and some things like that.
Yeah.
And I said, like, I gave my recommendations. Like that was when I now went to like having majored in literary studies and all that. That I would like to divert in a way. I would like to concentrate on rhetoric, and I stated why I'm interested in rhetoric,
So
communication and rhetoric.
what did you state to be your reason why you are interested in rhetoric?
I said that I want to have an onward progression into a career where I can develop and sharpen my ability to construct and develop persuasive arguments, as well as analyze and evaluate those presented by others, so that I won't just be assuming that that's what people are saying without really knowing what they are saying.
Yeah.
And I said another motivation for designing a postgraduate degree in rhetoric is that I want a course that will equip me with the transferable skill of research analysis, critical thought, and communication. And I also added that at least additionally, as an editor with over 5 years of experience, and new university lecturer, that I believe that acquiring this degree will help me to be able to expand my horizon in my editing and teaching careers. And I believe that this degree will prepare me for a variety of contexts, including working as a writing tutor, writing editor in the college, in different companies and freelance settings.
Yeah.
And I said, to sum up, acquiring this degree is very important to me, as it will provide me with a framework for critical thinking, and to guide my thought processes as a writer and speaker.
Yeah.
And I told them about how I'm knowledgeable and aware of their school's reputation and capabilities. And I think I was able to mention some lecturers because I browsed I did a research on the department and on some faculties, like faculty members, and I was able to, because I went to their research areas, and I was able to state some fascinating things rather about the research, and I said I would like to work with the faculty member. I mentioned the name of the faculty. I mentioned like 2 people, but I said I prefer like one of them because the area that I want, the chosen area, the person is vast in that area. And that was what I said. And I just went on with that most of all, their impeccable faculty will be of the greatest support in bringing my knowledge in my chosen field. And I'm excited to be applying to this discipline. And it will be an honor if I can study at their university. And I'll be grateful if the admission committee consider my candidature as a prospective graduate student and all that. So that was what I did.
Yeah, I think I really like your introduction. I think your introduction is kind of catchy. It can still be improved upon. But a few things that I will comment on that you might need to change. You see, we have to cut out that Nigerian thing out of this SOP. It will be a privilege to do this, to do that. You don't need that one. It will also be a privilege for them to accept you as a student, actually. You're not begging them. So you might want to think about all of that. That's the Nigerian factor coming in. Yeah, you have a right to apply. They have the right to give you. You are not begging anybody. Then 2, you also said that this one faculty, I really prefer it over the other. I would advise against that because, let me give you an example. I wrote 2 faculties in mind, and do you know the funniest thing? One of those faculty, the real person that was doing African literature, left when I was coming. By the time I came, he had gone. You don't know what might be going on internally, and you don't want to cut yourself short, right? If you say this person is the one that you really prefer to work with, although you have mentioned 2, but you have already showed preference for one, there is no big deal about it. Just you have play your game safely. What if that person has already submitted a letter of leaving, or whatever they call it, of resignation, or maybe they're already moving to some other places, and the admissions committee already know that this person will not be here by the time you will come. So there is nobody you can work with here. So please be smart about that one. Is that okay? Those are things that I would advise. Yeah, those are the things that I would advise that you adjust. Then one more thing that I would also suggest is, I see that you mentioned freelancing, writing, tutoring. Eventually, what is your big goal? Do you want to work? Where do you plan to work? Of course, we know that some of these things that we say now may not even happen like that in the next 5 years. You may say you want to do this kind of work now, and then when the time comes, it's something else that happens. We know that. But are you planning to be a professor, join a faculty, work in an industry? All of that, how might you put that in? And if you're applying to a university that provides automatic funding, did you mention in your SOP that you are willing to teach? Those are reminders that those are other things that you can put into that SOP. But that SOP is looking good. All you need to just do is read it again, and strengthen it here and there. And I've already showed you areas where you can strengthen some of these things. Yeah. Do I have any other person who wants to share their draft with me, or we just end it? I really appreciate every one of you for coming. Who wants to talk to me? Who is unmuting?
Hello.
Yeah, go for it, Abimbola.
Yeah, it's like a confession.
Confess.
Yes, this is like the first time I'm joining how did you call it when you grouped us? What did you call it again?
Breakout session.
Thank you, a breakout session. So I was kind of lost and I didn't really do much. But I don't know, is there a way I could do something and send it to your email or something? Instagram, whatever. Sorry, Twitter.
Join the Telegram group.
Yeah,
Join the
Telegram. Yeah, sorry. Telegram group is
Join the
okay.
Telegram group. I now have a weekly question and answer time on Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Nigerian time. That is 3 p.m. American time. Right?
I'm in the UK. I think we use the same time with
We
Nigeria
use the
now.
same time, right? Yeah. So that time I am taking questions and I'm answering questions live.
On Telegram?
On Telegram, yes. On Telegram.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I have to announce it when to submit. Tuesday, 9 p.m. Okay.
Yeah. You can
Tuesday.
always, are you in the Telegram group, Abimbola?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So we're going to send reminder in the Telegram group. You can always come ask questions on Tuesdays and I'll be there to answer.
Oh, thank you. You're a lifesaver. You look beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. I know that my virtual assistant is smiling where she's like, who has asked questions for me? Abimbola, thank you so much. Who has questions for me? All right. In the absence of any question, I want to employ you guys. I'm going to put a post up on Facebook. Come and love my post on Facebook. Oh. Come and tell us, all the good stuff. Come and thank us on Facebook so that the world can know that we're doing stuff. I will let you know. If you are on this session and you have not joined my Telegram group, let me send you the link now. Just wait a minute. Let me provide you with the link. Just ready to go. So. Just give me a minute. Adeshewa, can you put my link up in the chat box for people? Thank you. Let me know once that is done. Link in bio. All you need to do is just put my link in bio. I think I found it. Yeah, I found it. To everybody on the meeting, Control V. So I have that link up. Click that link. Let me know if it is working. Through that link, you can join the Telegram group. You can follow me on all my social media platforms. You are going to see my next Facebook post and all of that. So thank you, everybody, for coming. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Shewa. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Kemini, Omowumi. Thank you, Sunday. Thank you. Eremi, thank you. Kwame, thank you. Odunayo, thank you. Ezimano, thank you. Salvation, thank you. I'm going to see you next time. Kavita, thank you. Bemini, sis, thumbs up. Esther, thank you. Abisola Adesoya, come and join Telegram group and come and chat me up privately because this is your name, eh? That was the name I was bearing before I married you. I know you've talked to me somewhere. So come and chat me up privately on Telegram. Abisola Adesoya, Abubakar Ibrahim, you are wonderful. Esther Orebi, you are the best. Sister Gbemini, I love you. Kavita, I love your dress in that picture. I love that black and lovely pretty skirt you have on. Abimbola, thank you. Have a good one. If you want to unmute so we can take a general picture quickly, I do not mind. Do you mind taking a picture with me? If you just want to uncover your video, and if you think that you don't want to do that, that is fine. We just want to take a Zoom picture. No, it's not me bearing that name. She is my namesake, big time. How can she bear my surname and still bear my name and everything together? That is interesting. All right. Adeshewa, please, could you take a picture? I can't believe it. I don't know how to take pictures. Thank you, Amawumi. I can see your face. Shewa, let me know once that picture is taken.
All right,
13.
I'm currently figuring it out.
Just screenshot, or any other person who can get it done for me. Thank you. Done. Tell me when it's done.
Done.
Oh, thank you.
It's done.
Bye,
welcome.
everybody. See you again. Be good. See you in the Telegram community. Bye-bye. Love you. Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Yes, thank you. Good night.
Bye, ma. Thank you, ma.
You are welcome, Odunayo.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Ebolu.
Bye bye. We love you more.
Yeah,
Good
Abubakar
night,
Ibrahim,
ma.
thank you so much.
Yeah, it's been an honor.
Bye.
You've been good.
Deborah,
Thank you.
bye-bye.
Hi, ma. Good night, ma.
Yeah, good night. I'll see you in the Telegram group. Yeah.